Most people think that the insurance company will just do what's fair. But the truth is, one small mistake on your part, sometimes without even realizing it, can cost you thousands of dollars. If you've been hurt in a crash, here's what you need to know about what can impact how much your case is worth, and more importantly, what insurance companies are hiding from you that could destroy your claim. Hi, I'm attorney Tim Summelroth of RSH Legal. For the past 27 years, my firm and I have been helping Iowans fight for the compensation they deserve. If you or someone you know has been injured and wants a free consultation with an attorney they can trust, give me a call at 319-895-1847. The truth about how insurance companies value your claim. Now, before we dive into the 3 key factors, you need to understand something that insurance companies desperately don't want you to know. They're not calculating what your case is actually worth. They're calculating the minimum amount they think you'll accept. Now, there's a huge difference. Your case has real value based on your injuries, your losses, and the impact that a crash has had on your life. But the insurance company's computer systems are designed to find every possible reason to pay you less. And the mistakes that you make in the days and weeks after your crash give them the exact ammunition they need. Let me reveal the 3 critical factors that can either protect your claim's value or destroy it completely. Factor 1, how you handle medical and health-related issues. Your medical care doesn't just affect your health. It plays a huge role in what your injury claim is worth. Insurance companies look closely at how your treatment unfolds to decide what they'll offer you, and they're looking for specific patterns they can exploit. Injury severity and documentation. Here's what you need to understand. The more serious the injury, the more potential value the claim may have. But the key word is potential. Having a serious injury means nothing if you can't prove it is directly connected to the crash. Insurance companies know this, which is why they fight so hard to break the link between the accident and your injuries. They'll argue your injuries aren't as bad as you claim. They'll suggest that you're exaggerating your pain. They'll point to any gap or inconsistency in your medical record as proof that you're not really hurt. Here's the critical part. Minor-looking injuries can still be serious, and insurance companies are counting on you downplaying your symptoms. That stiff neck, it may be a herniated disc. Those headaches may be a concussion. That back pain might mean permanent restrictions. Never minimize your symptoms to doctors or insurance adjusters. Be honest about every bit of pain and limitation that you're experiencing. This isn't exaggerating. It's protecting your legal rights by making sure the full extent of your injuries get documented. Medical treatment timing and consistency. This is where insurance companies set one of their most effective traps, and most accident victims walk right into it without realizing the danger. Did you go to the doctor right after your crash? Are you following your provider's recommendations exactly as prescribed? Are you attending every appointment without canceling or rescheduling? Here's why these questions matter. Gaps in care or skipped appointments can be used against you to suggest that you weren't really hurt. Insurance adjusters look at your medical timeline and calculate every single day between appointments. If they find a 2-week gap, they'll argue that you must have started feeling fine during that period. Question: what if I felt fine right after the crash and didn't go to the doctor right away? Well, this is one of the most common and damaging mistakes I see, and insurance companies absolutely love when this happens. Here's what they know that most people don't. Adrenaline masks pain immediately after a crash. Your body goes into shock. You might walk away from a serious accident feeling okay, and then days later, the pain hits you like a freight train when the adrenaline wears off and the inflammation sets in. But if you waited 3 days or a week or 2 weeks to see the doctor, the insurance company will use that delay to argue that your injuries must not be related to the crash. They'll claim that if you had really been hurt, you would have sought treatment immediately. The solution? See a doctor within 24 hours of your crash, even if you feel fine. Get evaluated. Let the medical professionals determine whether you're injured. Don't try to diagnose yourself. Those medical records created within hours of your accident are some of the most powerful evidence that you can have. Pre-existing conditions and the trap insurance companies set. If you had a past injury to the same area of the body that got hurt in this crash, prepare yourself. The insurance company will try to use this against you. They'll argue that your pain is old news. They'll claim the crash didn't cause your current problems, it just brought attention to an injury that was already there. They'll try to reduce your settlement to almost nothing by saying that you can't prove that the accident made anything worse. But here's the truth that they don't want you to know. Proper documentation can show how this crash made your pre-existing condition worse, and that absolutely still matters legally. You're entitled to compensation for the aggravation or worsening of a pre-existing condition. Question: will my pre-existing condition hurt my case? It can if you let the insurance company control the narrative, but it doesn't have to destroy your claim. You just have to make sure that your doctor clearly documents the difference between your condition before the crash and after the crash. What limitations did you have before? What new limitations do you have now? What treatments were you receiving before versus what treatments do you need now? This is where having an experienced attorney becomes critical. We know how to gather the medical evidence that can prove your crash made your condition significantly worse. We work with your doctors to get the specific documentation needed to counter the insurance company's arguments. Don't let them use your medical history to cheat you out of fair compensation. The law protects your right to recover for aggravation of a pre-existing condition, but you need someone who knows how to prove it. Medical record keeping, your responsibility. Keep copies of everything: appointment summaries, prescriptions, imaging results, bills, receipts for medical expenses, mileage logs to doctor's appointment, all of it. Do not rely upon your healthcare providers alone. Medical offices lose records, fax them to the wrong place, or take weeks to respond to record requests. Your lawyer needs these documents to build your case, and waiting for providers to send them can delay your settlement by months. Recovery time and returning to work. A longer, more difficult recovery tends to increase a claim's value. That's just the reality of how damages are calculated, but there's a trap. If you rush back to work before you are ready, or if you didn't allow yourself to fully heal because you couldn't afford to miss work, that decision may reduce the settlement offer that you receive. Insurance companies will use your early return to work as evidence that your injuries weren't serious. They'll point to it as proof that you were capable of normal activities and don't deserve significant compensation. Now, this can create an impossible situation for working families. You need income to pay your bills, but returning to work too early can cost you thousands in your settlement. This is another reason why talking to an attorney early matters. We can help you understand your options for covering expenses during recovery. Factor 2, how you gather and document evidence. Strong evidence builds strong cases, and it starts from the moment of the crash. The quality of what you gather and how it's preserved directly impact your leverage in negotiation, and insurance companies know exactly which evidence can hurt them the most. Your statements. Every word matters. What you say to the police, your doctors, and especially the insurance adjuster matters more than you probably realize. You need to be honest, but you also need to be careful. Here's the trap. Even small offhand comments like, "I feel okay," when someone asks how you're doing, can be used later to argue that your injuries weren't serious. You might just be trying to be polite or positive, but that recorded statement becomes ammunition against you. Question: what should I say or not say to the insurance adjuster? Here's my advice. Don't give recorded statements to the other driver's insurance company without talking to a lawyer first, period. When that friendly sounding adjuster calls and says that they just need to get your side of the story, what they're really doing is setting a trap. These adjusters are trained professionals who ask seemingly innocent questions designed to get you to say something that damages your claim. How fast were you going? Even if you're not exactly sure, they want you to guess, and then they'll use that guess against you if it differs from the other evidence. Where does it hurt? If you forget to mention one area of pain during that phone call, they'll later claim that the injury must not be related to the crash because you didn't mention it. Are you feeling better? If you say yes, just to be polite, they'll use that recording to argue that you recovered and don't deserve more compensation. Now, you have the absolute right to refuse to give a recorded statement. You have the right to say, I need to speak with an attorney first. Exercising these rights cannot be used against you, but what you say in a recorded statement absolutely can and will be used by the insurance company to reduce your settlement if they can. Social media, they're watching everything. The insurance company is watching your social media profiles, and they're looking for any post, photo, or comment that they can twist to hurt your case. Here's what they're hoping to find: posts of you smiling, traveling, doing physical activities, attending social events, anything that suggests that you're not as injured as you claim. Question: can the insurance company really use my social media against me? Absolutely, and they do it all the time. I've seen cases where clients post innocent photos that got weaponized against them. A photo of you smiling at a family gathering becomes proof that you're not suffering. A picture of you standing at your child's graduation becomes evidence that you can stand for long periods of time. A post about taking a short walk becomes ammunition to argue that you're fully capable of physical activity. Even if these posts are completely unrelated to your injuries, even if you were in excruciating pain during that family photo but smiled for the camera anyway, the insurance company will try to use them. So here's my advice. When in doubt, pause your social media posts entirely until your injury case is resolved. Change your privacy settings to the maximum. Do not accept friend requests from people that you don't know personally. And absolutely don't post about your accident, your injuries, your case, or your activities. Now, with that being said, do not delete anything that you've already posted or deactivate a social media account after your crash. A judge will view that as destroying evidence. Credible witnesses, get them while you can. Eyewitnesses can make or break a case, especially in disputed crashes where the other driver is lying about what happened. Get witnesses' names, contact information, and take brief notes about what they say they saw. Do it before memories fade or they disappear. Don't assume that the police identified all the available witnesses. Don't assume that the witnesses will volunteer their information later if your case has to go to court. Within days of the accident, memories change. Within weeks, witnesses may move, change phone numbers, or simply don't want to be involved anymore. By the time your case needs them, months later, they may be impossible to find. Factor 3. How you handle legal procedures. Your case can be hurt by legal and insurance-related mistakes, even if the facts are completely on your side. Timing and communication matter more than people realize, and insurance companies are experts at exploiting procedural errors. Insurance company tactics: the friendly face hiding the knife. Adjusters may sound friendly and sympathetic on the phone. They might tell you that they want to help you get through this difficult time. But here's the truth. Their job is to protect their company's profits, not protect you. They are trained in specific tactics designed to pay you less. They delay your claim, hoping you'll get desperate and accept less. They deny valid claims, betting that you won't fight back. They make lowball settlement offers, hoping that you don't know what your case is really worth. They ask for unnecessary documentation over and over, creating obstacles and frustration. Don't deal with them alone if your injuries are serious. Get an attorney who understands their tactics and knows how to counter them. Working with them versus letting them walk all over you. It's important to stay responsive and honest throughout the legal process. Your attorney will need your help in gathering documents, attending medical appointments, and providing information about your injuries and losses. But here's what you need to understand. Cooperation does not mean saying yes to everything the insurance company wants. It doesn't mean giving recorded statements without legal advice. It doesn't mean accepting their first settlement offer. It doesn't mean letting them dictate the terms of your claim. You have to know where the legal lines are. Your attorney will help you understand the difference between reasonable cooperation and letting yourself being taken advantage of. Critical deadlines you cannot afford to miss. Question: how long do I have to file a claim in Iowa? In Iowa, the statute of limitations limitation gives you 2 years from the date of your accident to file most injury claims. Now, this is an absolute deadline. Miss it even by a single day and you lose your right to recover compensation, no matter how badly you were injured or how clearly the other driver was at fault. But here's what makes it even more complicated. Some cases have much shorter deadlines. Question: what if a government vehicle was involved in my crash? If a city vehicle, a county vehicle, a state vehicle, or any other government vehicle was involved in your crash, you may have just 6 months to file notice of a claim. Not 2 years, 6 months. This dramatically shortened timeline catches people off guard. They think they have plenty of time to figure things out, get medical treatment, and decide whether to hire a lawyer. But while they're waiting, the deadline passes, and suddenly they have no case at all, even though they were seriously injured by a government employee's negligence. Miss these deadlines and you could lose your right to recover no matter how strong your case is. The insurance company won't remind you, the other driver won't warn you. The clock just keeps ticking. The bottom line, small mistakes can have huge consequences. Even if your case seems simple and straightforward, there are so many ways it can go sideways without you realizing it until it's too late. That's why knowing these 3 key factors gives you a better chance of getting what your case is actually worth, not what the insurance company hopes you'll settle for. Don't let insurance companies exploit your lack of knowledge. Don't let procedural mistakes destroy a valid claim. Don't let gaps in treatment or careless social media posts cost you thousands of dollars in compensation you deserve. If you or your loved one has been injured here in Iowa and would like to set up a free consultation with an experienced attorney who will fight for what you deserve, please call us today at 319-895-1847. Our conversation is confidential, costs you nothing, and can potentially get you the biggest possible settlement for your case. We'll walk you through exactly what affects your claim's value, help you avoid the common mistakes that destroy cases, and start protecting your rights immediately. Now, if you found this video helpful, subscribe to this channel and make sure you watch this next video.